What kind of technologies, concepts, and tools do you find yourself working with that you learned in school or learned before taking this position?
So I find myself working with a lot of the same software programs I'm used to, Arduino IDE, Code Composer, LT Spice, but also new things like building test fixtures and working in the HVAC space. That's all new to me, but the power electronics side of things is pretty familiar.
Again, it all depends on where you're at in the development of the product itself. I think most I spend, of course, is in CAD, just packaging things and making sure that everything has its place. But then after that, it's off to CFD or FEA land. I've spent probably more of my time here actually testing things than analysis.
The main thing was when I was at Ohio State, I was in the gear lab, so I was doing a lot of testing, instrumenting test stands, running the tests, figuring out which tests are useful and which tests are just a waste of your time. And that's been the biggest thing here. I've been doing running a lot of tests on our compressor, making sure that it is up to par.
We use a lot of CAD, 3D modeling. I use Autodesk Inventor here. And then I do a lot of LabVIEW for controls and programming. So that's, you get a human interface with that if you're not familiar with LabVIEW. We do some robotics stuff. We have a large format 3D printer. And so coming up with not only controls for that, but also some mechanical parts of that, interfacing new tool heads. We do simulation using ANSYS. So that's not only mechanical, but also fluid simulations. Printed circuit board designs, we can use something like KiCad to come up with those designs.
It's different for everybody since we work on such a variety of things, but for me, I've had the chance to work a lot with thermochemical conversion as a technology, adsorption processes. Those have been big focuses that I've had the chance to learn a lot more about and get a little bit of expertise. The other part of that question being like the kinds of tools we use. There's all sorts of stuff. We do things like programming, simulation, so different computer-based tools. We could be doing computer-aided design, 2D and 3D design. We get to use a lot of cool tools like 3D printing, do a lot of that. For me, as a chemical engineer working on test systems, there can be a lot of turning wrenches, which for me is like, a fun activity.